The BeastNet Canadian Edition podcast is proudly brought to you by
Grit Farm Fitness. Here we discuss all things obstacle course racing related, as well as
endurance, conditioning, running, rucking, and much more.
Welcome to the BeastNet Canadian Edition.
Eh?
All right. Shall we get this show on the road?
All right. Let's dance.
One of these days. No.
Yeah, hey, are we recording yet?
Yes.
Like,
That's recording in the corner.
yeah.
We're good.
So we'll just, hey, everybody, welcome to BeastNet. This is the Canadian edition. I think we're just going to call it Canadian. International just sounds so worldly, and we're just very humble up in Canada these days, I think. Oh, look, Charity's making faces. So as you guys can guess, we've been sitting here talking for a little while because, you know, we can never talk enough. I mean, we had Ryan and Charity out for 8 hours talking straight on a course about a year ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
So long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, you know, we decided to make a podcast with Ryan and Charity. And they went, you know what? I know somebody on the East Coast that might want to be on the show too. And today we've brought him on the show. You may recognize him from some previous episodes. Dave Claxton.
Yay.
Yep. Clap. Yay.
Fanfare.
Oh, yeah. My retirement didn't last long. Thanks so much for having me, guys. I'm glad to jump on board and help out. We all know I'm big time into Canadian content. Always enjoyed the BeastNet, and like I said, I'm just glad to help out. I get in there and bring some East Coast charm.
Yeah, that's true. You can only put up with so much of Ryan and Charity, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The hippies on the West Coast are intolerable.
I cut my hair. I cut it. It's not that long. Eh?
That's funny because I'm growing my hair out. So
There you go. Are
Yeah,
you
it's
going to
not
go
gonna
for a
happen here.
mullet?
it actually kind of resembles one. It was supposed to be more of a what do you call it? A mohawk, but the back just isn't quite doing what I want yet. So
Goodness.
Well, isn't the mullet that now the haircut of choice for OCR? I mean, between Hunter and his mullet, and then Aaron Newell and his terrible mullet, and yeah, I think even Atkins was growing one for a little while, but he gave up.
Yeah. I remember that.
So everybody on the show, you've seen Dave on here a couple of times. Ryan, Charity, you've talked a little bit with Dave. Is there anything that we wanted to bring up tonight other than, boom, look, it's Dave?
Well, it's pretty much boom. Hey, it's Dave. He's gonna be. We don't know if we're gonna be three-waying with Dave or just. Yeah, I
I
know.
gotta admit that was not in the contract.
That
at
was
all.
not, yeah, no kidding.
that
That was
extra?
never
'Cause,
discussed. Yeah.
You know, I think Boggs is willing to pay a little bit more. I don't know.
And this is why he calls us hippies.
Wait, we're supposed to be paying people? You're
Apparently.
getting paid? I'm not getting paid.
Miles.
I heard Ryan is strictly paid in soft porn constantly. That's soft pornography. That's what the paycheck is.
Yep.
I deal with that. It's all eyeballs, right? So
Soft porn.
Soft porn and coronavirus. I mean,
Yeah.
corona beer.
Coronavirus too, yeah.
Corona.
Yes, corona. Yeah, virus.
virus. No, there's, you know, we wanted to just make sure that people have already seen Dave on the show, and we just wanted to let everyone know that they're going to be seeing a little bit more of him now. We felt that, Charity and I have done quite a bit of Western content, and Dave knows a lot of people
Yes,
in the
agreed.
East. And I thought that, the next episode coming up, he can take charge of that next episode. And that's what I was talking about earlier there, Dave. I was going to
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Come up with somebody and set it up. And
There is this
have fun.
homeless woman down the road, and I'm pretty sure she runs up and down the street. So I'm gonna go for her.
Dude, you know what? We have,
And I gave her
she's not
$5
homeless.
the other day, so she owes me one. I mean, like, we're tight. We're in.
Jeez.
We don't have a homeless lady, but there is a lady that runs around our area 2-3 times a day, and you can tell she's always got like
She's fully clothed.
just
always.
always fully clothed, always has like a hoodie and a rain jacket over top, so she's sweating like crazy, and her face you can tell has been like weathered by just the wind from her running around so much.
She's like,
so
what, 110 pounds?
could be like that, yeah, 110
yeah,
pounds.
Like she's tiny.
Just must do marathons. So
you can't underestimate the fitness program that these people have, because I mean the time on feet per day is just fantastic. So I mean they are definitely endurance athletes, because they're out there 24/7 just nonstop walking and panhandling. It's a fantastic regimen. It's going to be a book.
And you know, sure. they have to deal with obstacles when people throw like water bottles at them and stuff. So you know,
yes, passing cars. This is totally unwoke. Very, very good.
Change, you know, don't get that. You know, I don't like to throw
like
things.
Book material. We're gonna write a book on this now. Get Penguin Publishing on it and do a book as well as a podcast.
It's definitely
time of podcasting.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, let's do a podcast about a book. Oh
Maybe
wait, a
we'll
book about a
become
podcast.
homeless and we'll just go run.
No.
Ooh.
I like my bed,
I will.
my hot shower. Have fun with that.
See how
you know what though? You know what though? Since we might as well bring it up, because I mean, like you're talking about the East-West thing, and we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but we all did Toughest Mudder just recently, the virtual Toughest Mudder, and you guys had a big get together on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And I was out at the Perry Farm on the East Coast.
Cool.
Well,
very cool.
In Ontario, and I mean, I love to hear about what you guys are set up that night, because it looked awesome. You guys had a good setup.
Yeah, Rick Curry, who is a other Tough Mudder ambassador that we both know.
He's done Worlds multiple times.
Yeah, he's done Worlds a few times as well. I guess he had a friend that has a relatively large property out in Abbotsford, and he felt that it would be a great place for a bunch of us to get together.
Mm-hmm.
So people may remember back a few episodes ago where I said that I was going to do the toughest and I was going to do 4 laps. I got my 4 laps in. I was hoping to do more, but as I was mentioning before, thank you. As I was mentioning before, that wonderful Rick guy decided to give us all the hills. So, you know, Charity was going to go for 7 or 8. She only ended up getting 5.
5, because the hills.
Because the hills. It was.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
not at all. You know, especially with what we had. Like I said earlier, I think it was like 3,000 meters per loop of ascension. And, you know, a couple of other people, they're like, oh, yeah, we got 5, you know, and they did 300 feet. So I can't remember what the meters ended up going to. Somebody look it up while I'm talking. Anyhow, it was a lot. So I was like, so I did 1 less lap than you did, and I had that much more vertical to do. So yeah, I didn't feel so bad afterwards. So, but the setup was pretty sweet.
Oh yes, the hot tub.
They had like a huge house, multi-tier backyard, you know, bar out in the backyard, fully stocked. They made us food throughout the night. They had a hot tub. They had a pool.
Hot shower.
They had a hot shower, portable hot shower.
Porta potty too.
And they brought in a porta potty, which was nice. So everyone had like a little section that was theirs. Like they put out tables so we could stay separated if we wanted to. And we kind of went out at different times or went out with each other, so we could try and keep separated if you wanted to. None of us were too worried about it, so most of us went with each other. I think there was about 12 people in total that ran, and there was about 15 or so at the house.
Yeah, our cheer station too.
So they were our cheer station. Every time we came in, they're like, "Yay!" You know, that was great. Coming in, like you're like, "Oh my god!" And like people are like, "Yay!" And you're like, "Oh, I guess I could go for another one." And no, I was gonna do 2 and then skip 1 or 2, and then I was gonna go out. I ended up doing all 3 because I just knew those freaking hills. If I didn't get them done right from the beginning, I probably wouldn't have gone out and done them afterwards. So, you know, that was the way I did it. I did 2, I waited for 1, then I did a 3rd one, and then I was just like, you know, I think I waited a couple hours after that, and then I did my 4th one.
Yeah, our last lap was at
Charity.
like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I did the last one in the morning kind of thing. So, you know, it worked out pretty well. The hot tub really helped until you got out of it and you kind of sat down again. And then I didn't realize how quickly it would turn, because I got out of the hot tub. I'm like, wow, this is great. I feel rejuvenated. I could go out and do another lap. And then I go and sit down and have another drink and then go to get up and get another drink. And it's like, oh, I can't get back up again. What happened? I felt so great.
And the Zoom party all night was cool too.
Yeah, we were part of the toughest Zoom party all night, the one that
Yeah,
they had
we saw
online.
you on there a couple of times.
Yes.
Yeah, they brought us in. We saw you guys pop on there.
Mhm.
I don't know if I saw you specifically, but I saw the garage. So
Yeah. So we were set up at Joe Perry's place, and if anyone out there doesn't know Joe Perry, if you've been to a Tough Mudder and you've seen this skinny bald guy with his face, but not his face, his entire head painted in some fashion, that's Joe Perry. He's a Tough Mudder legend. Over 100 Tough Mudders. I actually think he's at 130 now, something in that realm.
dang.
Yeah, when your significant other has 70 and she's the one who doesn't do a lot, like that says a little bit about your intensity and craziness. But it was fantastic. Joe was far less sadistic. His 5 mile loops that he set up for us were very flat.
Nice.
It was
Well, because he was going
was
for
very
the
nice.
gold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
he wasn't thinking he would be right up there. He was surprised when he was that high, but man, he went out the gate fast and just kept trucking. He just didn't quit.
Joe came in the latest Ultravirus? Third?
Oh, in the latest Ultravirus, he was 4th overall, 3rd for men.
Wow.
Yeah, and then on this, he came in.
Yes, he got chicked, and then in this one, he came 3rd for men in this one as well.
Nice.
As far as I know, I'm pretty sure the standings were a little sketchy because of the way the obstacles work compared to the lap times, but I'm pretty sure on the final thing he came 3rd. My research department is going to check it right now just to confirm.
Yay.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's 2nd. So actually, Riley and I, we were there to pit crew. We weren't entered to run. We were just there to pit. We wanted to help out our good buddy Jules because she was running. And
I was going to say, you guys also had someone else there that was in the leaderboard.
She
Did
kicked
you not?
some serious ass.
well, she had a solid pit crew. I mean, there was just no doubt about it. I mean,
No tooting your own horn there, right?
No, I mean, we were like freaking NASCAR, man. Shoes were getting changed, things were flying. It was fantastic. No, she was unbelievable, man. Just there is no quit in that girl. She just keeps going. We also helped out a ton of other people because there ended up being 20 runners there.
Oh wow.
And there was probably, I think, 5 or 6 of us that ended up helping pitting just for everybody. We all kind of teamed up. We had our main people we were pitting for, and then just helped anybody else we could along the way.
Yeah.
So it went really well.
He was 3rd.
Yeah, Joe was 3rd officially. So yeah, we had a blast.
And Jules was 2nd?
Jules was 2nd for women. Yeah, she ended up officially being 2nd for women. There was some confusion a bit because the other girl had less time running, but did not complete the obstacles. Exactly. So maybe she took more time breaks in between laps, kind of thing. Like it gets a little weird, but yeah, Jules ended up 2nd overall. So I mean, she's on a roll between 1st at Ultravirus, 2nd at Toughest, and now she's lining up for World's Toughest to see how she does there. We'll be back at the Perry Ranch for World's Toughest as well. So that's going to be good.
Are you doing it, or are you just?
I'm pitting again. You know me, man. It's not jam-packed full of obstacles. It's just not my lane. I still enjoy it. I've done it once before in real life, and I got my headband, got my bib. I did my thing. Yeah. Now I'm interested. We had a blast pitting for everybody. It was so much fun. It was great. And oh my God, I felt like I ran the thing. Like my
it's just
feet
as
and
hard,
legs,
especially with 20
bagged.
people.
That's a lot of people.
We got a 20-minute power nap. That is it. That's all we had all through the night, and we were just run off our feet. It was Joe's family, MJ and Alan, and actually even Joe's mother, she cooked us all breakfast.
Aww.
It was fantastic. They were great. But I was kind of curious with you guys, what was really neat, and I think a great benefit to the huge, to getting a big group like that together, was the creativity and how to interpret Tough Mudder obstacles.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, because if you're just on your own, you might not catch like little bits in the wording on like, hey, they didn't say I can't do this or can't do this or can't do that.
But don't use
your head.
Yes.
That's right. Use your head.
Yeah, we were part of that call where he was like, I didn't say you had to use your head to break open the melon. I said use your head.
But Joe did, though.
To break open your melon. Yeah, a few people.
Yeah, Joe did. Joe did. He just wanted to. A lot of the people we had did the set it on top of your head and let her go off to the side, let gravity help you out.
Eventually after that, so. Melon.
Yeah,
Gross.
the melon hat, which looked just like his paint, so you couldn't tell.
I know he did a real bang up job on. Well,
Yeah.
they did a bang up job
Yeah.
on making his head look like a melon,
Mhm.
making his
They-
melon look like a melon.
They always do. They always do. I mean, some of his paint jobs are legendary. I don't
Oh,
even know if he has Instagram, but he really should have them all
He's
up
got
there just so
Facebook.
everyone can see.
Mhm.
He's on Facebook, yeah, but yeah, I thought it was great. Like, I mean, different things like what was the one where you had to lie on your back and hold the melon up with your feet up?
That was something seal.
I don't
Yeah,
think anyone
exactly.
really got to
We
that
didn't get
one.
to that one in our group. Our group,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we did, and we saw
Turkish
people
seal. That's what it was.
online lying on their back and holding it up straight with your feet. Well, we did the same thing, but we had the people pluck their feet right up against the wall. So it was actually the most restful obstacle they had the whole time.
Yeah,
Half of them were
it helped your legs.
half of them were almost falling asleep while they were actually lying there. And it was like, because it was a 5 minutes you lie there, just fading out.
As the melon falls on your face.
Well, and then some people, they said the melon had to be a minimum of 3 to 10 pounds. You see these people, these giant melons, like that's gonna
20-pound
hurt. Yeah,
melons.
it's like
Yeah.
Where did you get those, and why did you get
breakfast
those?
the next day.
Yeah,
Yes.
mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was another thing that Jules managed to do. She brought 3 different ones,
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
I brought
just to be ready for the whatever the scenario
Yeah, if you
was
drop
gonna
one
need.
and break it,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Duct tape it up? Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah,
but
you can. So it was good. The other one that got creative was the cups, carrying the cups
Yeah.
with your hands with the balls in them. How did you guys handle that one?
many different ways, but most of the people took
Cup.
the cups, put it upside down, and then taped
taped.
it to your hand.
balls.
So we did similar, except we
Or-
taped it to the back side of the hand so that they could still adjust and drink water. And
Yeah. So it was
Do
either
everything else,
so
yeah.
it was the back of the hand. One of them did the front, and we said, well, what if you go to fall, but whatever,
No, she
that'll
did the front,
squish.
but I was with her that lap, so I
Um,
gave her her water. And
Or
stuff.
they did it pointing up and then put the tape over top.
yeah, that's what we
and
did.
then one person even put both cups in each other and both balls in that one cup and taped it to her hand so her other hand was free.
Yep.
That's a good
It
one.
didn't
Mhm.
say it had to be on 2 different hands.
No.
It just said
No.
onto your hands. Well, I guess
Yep.
it was plural, but again, it was, as Kyle said, just have fun with it. Like
Yeah.
if it even breaks the rule, but if you're having fun with it, just do it.
I think I remember him
You know.
saying have it fun and don't do anything stupid because we don't have bail money for all you guys. There was
Didn't
that
have
too.
bail money. That's the big one.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, and that's always been the kind of Tough Mudder way, right? Tough Mudder's always been, and I've used this phrase before, a little bit pregnant. So when you're talking competitive, they have competitive things, but at the same time, it's it's all vague and iffy. You came close on the obstacle. You did kind of what we wanted. That's good enough. And but that's what the Tough Mudder community wants. That's what they love. So that's what you give them.
And the pointing and the laughing at us all night on Zoom. I'm sure they had so much of that.
It was a good Zoom call. I honestly think that virus or the ultravirus had a little bit better Zoom call with allowing more people to be seen at a time.
Yes.
They could have just muted everyone, but still allowed people. Like I couldn't even see the other people unless they got brought in, which for me kind of took away from the voyeurism of it. Like I'm
no,
not
that makes
creepy,
sense. That makes sense.
But
You like to watch,
like
yep.
I want to be able to go and look like what I did with the ultravirus. I'm like, hey, let's go look at somebody's. Oh, there's somebody in their gym. Hey, I can check them out and see what they're up to. And it was just I like that a little bit better. But it was their first one like this, and I think they did a pretty good job.
They did.
I think so too. And they had a lot of people. I mean, what was it? 1,400, something like that
Yeah,
in total. Like, I mean, that's a lot of people.
I heard
Did-
1,600 registered or something. But
so probably
only
14 probably did it then, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was good. I was great time. Like I said, we're back to the Perry Farm for World's Toughest. More pit crew for us.
What's the weather looking like in your area around that time of the year? Still cold and snowy?
it's gonna suck balls. It'll be terrible.
Yeah, people have already been looking in our area going, yeah, it's forecasted to snow that day. I'm like, it's a little early to look at that, but yeah, I'm like, I'm wondering if like people are gonna like hop in their car and go for a 4 or 5 hour drive to somewhere that might be a little bit warmer if they can get to a place like
Maybe.
just to go and do it so that they can be a little bit warmer.
Atlanta a couple years ago was freezing, so
Yeah, but whatever it is, right? And the thing is if you're in your own area and you're doing it from home, at least you've got more provisions that you can call upon.
Yeah.
You can more easily grab a blanket. You can more easily grab some extra clothes, more layers, because you just grab whatever, right? But if you're at somebody else's house, unless you brought it, but even if you're at somebody else's house, they may have something, right? It's going to be different than if you're out in the middle of a desert or whatever. You could probably borrow something from one of the other people. There's not a lot of other people. They're out there running and so forth. So
I'm kind of disturbed though. I'm thinking Tough Mudder's going to go, do you want to build a snowman? Where they're obstacles.
Oh God.
Oh, it's going to happen.
I wouldn't be concerned. That sounds like a inevitability.
But with the
angels, snow angels,
aren't you getting us snow angels?
Write your name in the snow. With what?
Wow.
Don, are you planning on doing Worlds? I can't remember.
I don't know. When is Worlds?
November, I think.
Is there a date? November something?
I want to say 7th.
I think it's like
get your research team on this.
Research team. We need to know what day World Stuff is.
You say hi to Rally to your research team. Oh.
World Stuff.
I would look, but my MacBook has currently got the picture of a dead apple.
Yeah. I think that there will be a snowman obstacle. We all mocked.
Something. They'll be dressed up like a snowman or something.
Well, Kyle MacLachlan did a video where he was singing the Frozen song to his daughter, and we all mocked.
Oh yeah.
All of us. So there's gonna be a sweet revenge.
There's gonna be something.
And I think you might find out that you might have more people doing the treadmill on that one, just because they'd be inside.
Just to stay inside, right? Or that's one of those things. Like you could do smaller loops so that you're a little closer to home, right? You could do just I know it sucks, but you could just go around your block. That way, if you're out and you're just getting too cold, you can come in super easy, warm up, go back out again, come in, warm up, or whatever, right? So. I don't know. Just rent one of those portable hot tubs that you can stick in your backyard, dunk in that for a bit, jump out, go back around again.
So here's the thing: if you do World's Toughest virtual, can you still get a 50-mile bid?
That's a good question.
I would say yes, because they're sending out the patches for the toughest that we just did. So if you did over 25, you're getting patches. So. I honestly think they already said that they're going to work on a better tracking and submission system. So I think they're working on that for Worlds.
Yeah, but I think you get 50 though.
But
most people got it in 12. Like people got it in 12 hours. So.
I think you will be able to. What was the cost on it? Around 100 and something still?
$100, yeah.
Yeah, so not like the one that we just did, which was what, 10?
10. Yeah, the math doesn't add up. 12 hours is 10. Yeah. 24 hours is 100.
But it was 10
the new
with
math.
Absolutely nothing to show for it.
That's right.
You just went and did it. You don't get anything for it.
You want swag.
Yeah, you want the swag. You got to pay for it.
Which you did.
And you know what? I think that it was a good way of doing it, because I think a lot of people registered just paying the $10, and then they had FOMO a couple months later, and then they all registered. They all went, I'm gonna get the bib. I'm gonna get the I don't have a blue bib. The only blue bib I have is my world's pit crew one, which is like right there, kind of just up there on the corner there.
We have to hang up our bibs and Sunday stuff.
So that's the only blue bib that I have. But so I was like, if I'm gonna do the toughest, I gotta come up with a number that I'm gonna do so that I feel that I earned my bib.
And you know what? So this is actually, and I was talking about this with Riley. This is a great opportunity for people who've wanted to do World's Toughest, get their bibs, do whatever, be a part, but can't make, let's be honest, doing World's Toughest is a financial monstrosity.
Oh, it is.
Well, $500 just to get into it. That's 500 American, so that's like right. 900 Canadian rupees.
You get the early bird rate.
But still.
But no, a friend of mine that paced me on Saturday, Sunday, she said that for her first World, she invested $1,200 Canadian, just mostly on gear and airfare. So
I spent, I guarantee, over $2,000 on my World's Toughest between airfare, gear, hotel, rental car,
food,
all that stuff, food. Yeah, guaranteed between $2,000 and $3,000 for that.
Right.
So my point is that is not accessible for everybody.
No.
And not even just the money. I mean, time to go away. People just don't get that. So this one for $100, yeah, you can do it virtually. It's not the same. It's not going to be the same experience, but you can get your World's Toughest Mudder headband. You can get your bibs. You can be a part of it, right? And maybe that's a great opportunity for a lot of people who have not had the chance so far.
I hate to say it, but I think we're going to see less mileage during the virtual because, and I only say that because I was just thinking this now, and I'm like, people aren't having to go somewhere to do it. So they're not going to be like, oh my God, I just spent all this money to come here and run it. I am going to run all night. It's,
Yeah,
I'm sitting at home. I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to have a drink or two. I'm going to watch Netflix and then go back out and then come back in. Like, there's going to be a lot more temptation to not go out as often. So I think we're just going to see some numbers, except for the people that, you know, the top people, they're going to push it. And you know what? They might be able to push it even harder because they can find flat locations, you know, unless Kyle throws in you need a minimum of this amount of vert or something like that. Yeah. I really think they should do a minimum. Even like people will be like, well, I can't do that in the area that I live in. Find some stairs.
Or treadmill or something.
You know, find some stairs. Run up and down a 10-flight, you know, a 2-flight of stairs 300 times to get the vert that you need, and then go back out for that lap or whatever.
You know what you could do? Because I don't think they could ever put that as, because I think it would be too limiting. I think too many people would step back. But I do think that would be a good idea for one of their obstacles.
Yeah.
You know, so just have it so that, you know, at some point you have to climb so many stairs. Even if you got one 8-inch block, you got to go up and down it however many times, you know, something.
I've got a yoga block.
Exactly.
You're going to do that 1,000 times.
I've got my one step. It's one stair.
Yeah, back and forth.
The standard step is 8 inches and 8 1/8 inches, I think. And there you go. You just go up and down that thing until you get, I don't know, let's say the height of Everest is fine. Something along that lines.
The height of Everest. That's a bit much, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're not gonna
whatever.
Everest.
They'll come up with something.
They'll do that. Be like, while you're running that, someone has to pour olive oil down the stair.
You mentioned Everest. The road that Rick Crary is on right around the corner from where we were was Everett. And I think the first time I came in back, I read it as Everest. And I was like, this is the perfect name for this road because this road was like one of the more steep roads that you had to come up when you were leaving his house. But I was like, it's perfect. It's right at the end. It's the opposite. You go down it. But I was like, you know, it was like Everest getting up that thing. You had to slog up that thing. And, you know, you could probably slide down it if you wanted to. So
yes, that hill.
Did we lose Don? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's back. I will say.
I was researching.
Oh, there you go. What did the staff come up with?
I didn't actually catch the date because I'm not a very good researcher. But if it is November 7th, I may have that open.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's the 7th.
That's my vacation time.
And the new BeastNet training grounds has way too much vert for our new running path. That's 2.8 miles. So I think Mike said it's 700 to 800 feet per lap. So it's going to be a lot harder than what we did the last few times.
Wow.
So,
which means, you know, great. I mean,
harder is not necessarily better. If you're going out there for 24 hours, you got to pace yourself.
Oh yeah. So are they doing that, Don? Are they doing a BeastNet get together for World's Toughest?
Well, we are still setting up the course at Mike's new house. We just moved him last weekend. I don't know if you guys saw the picture of me towing an entire trailer of just tires.
I've been chatting to Mike actually, so he says everything's good so far.
Yep, and next weekend I'm going to help him set up the indoor gym. We still got to build the outdoor stuff, but you know, similar to like what we did for Ultravirus, good chance that we're going to set up for November 7th and just run that over and over again. Mike still needs his 50 miles. He's still pissed off about coming up at 42.5.
Wow, so close.
It was exactly his age. I mean, he ran exactly his age.
Wow.
I wanted to do that for World's Toughest. I wanted to do 50 at 50. So it's still a possibility in a couple years.
Year and a half.
Hopefully they'll be back. Couple years.
Year and a half.
Hopefully in a year and a half they actually have the World's Toughest. Maybe that'll be the next one we have. Who knows? That'd be a nice return for me.
World's gonna be 2022, the next like official on people. Yeah.
You think it'll be 2022?
I think so because the states are crazy right now. No offense, blogs, but
the states are just crazy. They're testing people that aren't sick and running numbers just to run numbers. So
and people are
we're nuts down here.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll see.
But-
It is.
You know, you could see them take it to, if it's a world's toughest, take it to one of the countries. I mean, Spartan said he's running races in 43 countries right now. It's just the U.S. and Canada aren't.
Yeah, 43, 42. I think it was 43 before we got shut down.
Yeah,
But-
true. So 42 countries that are still running races just fine.
Yeah, we saw that shutdown coming though. I mean, the government wasn't going to let it happen, not with the kind of numbers that Spartan needs. Now, that said, I actually ran an OCR 2 weeks ago, like a legit on a course,
I saw the pictures of you
medal,
rally. Yep.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, and we're doing it again on September 12th actually. But I think this place has limited the field to like 250 people, something like that. And they're a permanent facility, so they can get away with it because they don't have to pay the overhead of all the setup and everything like that. So
Very nice.
it might be the last Canadian OCR of the year. So
The
But-
Canadian Spartan ones side?
Yeah, they're
they're
gone.
done.
They
officially-
did
they've
for the
officially
Canadian
called it
ones?
off,
Is that
yeah.
what you were just saying? Okay. Because
Yeah,
I remember
Canadians-
those were the last ones to like lead to stay. So,
Yeah,
No,
they just
so
said
the one-
last day or two they're not doing.
and I don't know if this is coming out before this weekend, but you're doing something. You're helping out with something this weekend too, aren't you?
Yeah, that's Obstacle Sports Canada doing a virtual race. It's 5K loops. This will probably not be up before then. But anyway, yes, we'll give you this here. Sneak peek. Here. This is
Oh,
First-
nice.
first place gets one of these, and for men and for women. Custom made, handmade.
Out of what is that?
Wood.
Steam. Yeah.
Wood, and it's
Wood.
burned.
Wood.
Wood and it's burned on by hand, so it's like
Dang.
actually really
Nice.
quite
Very
nice. It'll be good. So that in the first place. So there's also some cash prizes and some other random prizes. But like I said, this will all be after the fact. But it's yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good time. And for Obstacle Sports Canada, I was recently just appointed vice president for Obstacle Sports Canada. So that was how I got involved in that.
I was on the board, and I'm just kind of like the social media guy.
There you go.
You know, I was just coming up with the calendar, and then all of this happened, and I was like, I guess we're not going to put together a calendar right now. So
Yeah, there's, and again, that's what I mean. There's definitely some work to be done in there to get things straightened away, and I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get things a little more streamlined.
yeah, and I'm
Get
also
organized
part of-
before next year.
Yeah, I'm also
Exactly.
part of Obstacle Sports BC because they have separate factions.
Yeah.
So I guess you're probably going to be one of the next ones that they
I
try to
would-
put together. Or
I would assume so. They
in that
don't have
area?
it set up in Ontario. Yeah, they don't have it set up in Ontario yet, but I assume that would probably be the case. I do know there's a lot of people out here that are willing to help, which is great. So that'll be good.
that would be good.
But yeah, so it'll be a fun race. It'll be a good time. Very similar to Ultra Ice, except that 5K loops, and at the end of the loops, you have to do exercise movements in front of the Zoom camera. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And there's
And
some big
3
names.
hours.
Yeah, maybe
3 hours.
Yeah,
3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours. People like Lindsay is racing, Samuel Ebert, Austin Azar, some people like that. So it could get pretty competitive, which is nice.
Oh, Boggs, what are you guys doing this weekend?
I'm camping.
Yeah, he's.
You can do it there.
Right.
Absolutely, you can.
Actually, I'm going to
3
be right
hours out
up.
of your day.
I'm going to be right up the street from where we host the Summit to Swamp race. Actually, I might swing over to Hazelana's and ride a goat or something. I don't know.
Nice.
Nice.
Be good. Yeah, so we'll be fun with that. And I did want to say, anybody, because this will probably go up before. Course Extreme is in Quebec. That's the race we did. Excuse me. And we're doing again on September 12th. They're also having one on September 19th.
Wow.
Take a look. It might be the only Canadian OCR you can do if you're in the area. And it's a good course. They got good obstacles. It'll be for the competitive. It'll be mandatory completion. So I like that. I'm happy with that. I got to give kudos to Riley. She was the only woman to get across Gibbons at the last OCR there.
Yeah, I saw that.
So-
I
You
saw,
saw the
the post.
pictures?
Yeah, the
Yes.
pictures of
Pictures and
that.
posts, of course.
Yeah, they totally poster girled her. She was on everything. She was on the emails. She was on every poster, every picture they posted.
Famous now.
I
You
know.
too. You're still on the Tough Mudder
I'm
website.
on the Tough Mudder website still. I
Right
know.
on the
Oh,
main
there you
page.
go.
She's right on there still.
Yep.
There's a bunch happening this upcoming weekend because there's also the Spartan virtual that
Oh, the Spartan virtual, yeah.
that Allison's hosting, I believe.
Is that a
That's
virtual or
last
is that
man standing
a?
this weekend for
Or is
hers.
that next weekend?
That's
Oh,
yeah.
maybe that's
Last.
next. Sorry, this weekend. Sorry, I knew she was doing something this
This
weekend. So
weekend's
she's
last
doing.
man standing.
Yeah, she's doing Grip Farm Last Man Standing this weekend, and then next weekend.
No, it was the past weekend because she couldn't
was
come
it?
see us at
Oh, it was
Teva.
the same. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Sorry. Last weekend was the Spartan Virtual.
Okay. Yes.
This weekend, Last Man Standing. Next weekend, not much happening then. So let's start
No.
something up.
Probably chasing
I was
goats and-
very disappointed we couldn't make that last man standing. I wanted to do that one, but just
Well, I
the
know-
world was against us.
I know Boggs has got something putting together for Beast in that virtual. So
Oh,
have
there
we
you
come
go.
up with a date yet?
I haven't. I just started talking with somebody else to help me host it because setting up the virtual seems to be more work than I thought it was.
Oh,
Goodness.
let us
It can
know.
be hard.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
you know, especially like the tracking and registration and all that kind of stuff. You can put it
Exactly.
together really janky and just put something together, or you can do it, you know, somewhere in the middle, or do it really well. But then you know, the better you do it, the more it's going to cost you to put it
Mhm.
together, more
Yeah.
time. But yeah,
And
you know,
keep,
if you need
keep in
help,
mind,
let everyone
keep in
know.
mind they did get through the first ultravirus using an Excel spreadsheet,
Yes, that's
Yeah.
very true.
and it worked. Got through it.
It's very true.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
it might not have been super scientific, but it worked. We got through it. Everybody had a good time.
Except for the taking pictures of your watch and emailing it in as well. That was kind of a bit of a fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think if you could just go with just submit your Strava link, that's pretty
Yes,
good.
that's what
Yeah.
Tough Mudder or Tough. Yeah, that's what we did this weekend.
Yep.
Thanks. Yeah.
Toughest did that.
So
Awesome.
yeah. And then I think the other virtual thing that got announced this week, and I don't know if you guys heard about it, was Hunter McIntyre's.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I
I've
just
read
saw
about
that
that, yep.
posted.
OCR Stars, worst name ever, terrible logo. I'm a little surprised at that, but it sounds like it's going to be a killer competition. I am totally taking part, really interested in it. Be 4 events, 2 runs, 2 kind of obstacle orientated workouts, very limited equipment needed, and $30 to enter
That's not bad. That's cheap.
too bad.
with $31,000 in guaranteed cash prizes.
Oh.
So I mean, he has ponied up the dough for this. He's not messing around. So good on you, Hunter. You know, I don't think I'll get any of that money, but
Yeah,
Hey man, you gotta try.
but maybe I can get some swag or something. I'll go for that.
Quit talking about it so everyone doesn't find out, and then you're guaranteed.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's not how it works.
You know?
No.
Well, it is how it works, but I don't think on
No.
this one.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of advertisement already for it from ORM, from a bunch of other OCR websites and online as well. I've seen postings for it.
but you have to agree. Terrible name, terrible logo.
OCR
it's-
stars. I was like, okay.
It's pretty lame. Like
Alright.
you know, for a guy that brash and that out there, yeah, I thought it'd be something exciting.
You know,
but
when I read the title and didn't know what it was about, I figured he had gone and gotten like the best of the best, the OCR stars, and those
Yeah.
were the people
But
that
they
were going to
can't
do
fly,
it,
though,
and those
because
were
of
no,
love.
it's all virtual.
Okay.
And I thought he was just going to have them all do it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, whatever, we'll watch that. And then I found out that it was an open call, and I was like, doesn't really, just doesn't do it.
it's just a lame name. That's all. It's just terrible.
OCR porn stars.
There you go. That would be better. That would get more
Stash,
attention.
though. Does not have a stash.
Once in a while he does.
Yeah, not lately though.
Oh yeah, he gets a full Tom Selleck stash going sometimes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So sad. Okay. Sure.
Ron Jeremy.
Oh no.
All right, now we're going downhill. There's the
Yeah.
soft porn you get paid in now. That's the problem.
Yep.
What will you insure?
Nothing.
Alrighty then, Bog's like, okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I think he's gonna call it quits now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
I think so.
We're ready to cut these Canadian
You might want to put
crazies
explicit
off.
on the morning of the episode.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep. Warning: Canadian lyrics.
Canadian content.
It was just the accent. It screwed up, eh?
Right. No one talks about porn or lube or anything like that.
No, that was just our, that's a word for something else, right? Over
There
here,
you
that's
go.
what we call coffee, porn.
I was gonna say lube is coffee, but
No, you have a big cup of lube in the morning.
rather than saying a big cup of porn.
I guess.
'Cause what's in that cup to make it porn?
Wow.
Like, that's
Lubed coffee, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm
Anyways,
turning the mic
yes,
off.
That's right. This conversation is down sideways.
So
Thank you for tuning in.
yeah, thank you for tuning in. We announced that we're going to talk about porn, lube, and Ugly Dave.
There you go.
I like it. That's a
Here's
good
porn
title.
stash.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
I like
that's good. Yeah.
Yes.
Porn, lube, and Ugly Dave. Come to BeastNet. There you go. That's a good title.
Goodness.
Riley, want to say hi real quick before we take off?
Yeah.
Ryan, you want to say hi? Are we? Yeah, sure. You want to say hi before or bye?
Are we done?
She's only coming if it's not going to end up on the show.
Okay.
We'll totally cut it.
We're not recording.
I'm not crossing my fingers or anything.
The research department.
Yes.
I wasn't paying attention. So.
Congratulations on that race.
Yes. Well done.
Are you wearing a terrain race or what are you wearing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, terrain race. There you go.
It's a kid's shirt.
Hey, if it fits.
Whatever fits, right?
If the border's open, you guys will see me at Cloverdale in July for sure.
Yay.
If anything happens in that area, like,
We'll make our own nugget.
yeah, we'll do our own thing.
Honestly,
All
I
right,
think
you
that's the
guys.
way to do it. They start keep canceling races. We'll just show up and do it anyway.
I think so.
That's why we're going to finish building the BeastNet training grounds.
Mhm.
Oh, we'll come
Yeah,
down
we'll
that
make
way.
medals.
we'll
sneak
make
across
some
the
medals.
border somehow.
I've already thought that if I'm not doing the world's toughest over this way, and I know Rick Prairie's planning on doing it again, but I've even thought maybe I'll hop over towards your guys' way and come see the Perry house.
Oh,
But,
dude,
uh,
it was
We'll see.
It was so much
We'll
fun.
see.
so much fun. Such a great atmosphere.
I've
And,
been missing the festival area.
Yeah.
And that's what I got.
and more bacon than you could possibly eat.
Oh,
Bacon.
We had the
Yes,
same
we
thing.
had
A whole.
bacon.
Like, what is it with Tough Mudders and bacon?
So,
I don't know, but it sure was delicious.
Right?
in the morning, you're like, have more bacon. We're like, we can't eat
You're
more.
like, there's too much
Okay.
here. I'm like, all right, that crispy piece and that crispy piece. I'll take those ones.
Mhm.
Oh, you go to get one piece and like, I don't know, 10 pieces come out onto your plate.
Like
You're like,
spaghetti
okay.
noodle bacon.
It happens.
Oops, they were all stuck together.
And that counts as one, right?
Yeah, it counts as one.
Mhm.
Right.
Stuck together.
That's what it counts as. You know, you were up for 12 hours. You don't even have to run. You're up for 12 hours. You
Mhm.
deserve it.
Long time.
Yeah.
But you ended up doing pretty much 2 laps on that thing, didn't you?
I got 10 miles that
Yeah,
night.
I did the last lap with Jules and
There you
paced her
go.
for her last
You guys
lap.
did a lap. Awesome.
Jules is
Yeah,
like-
well, she was getting
I
pretty
did
tired,
about
and we
3
wanted to make sure
partial
she made it.
laps. It equaled 10 miles.
whatever works, right?
Good
Yeah.
enough.
How many Bob's like fast?
He's trying to get his stuff done. He
Okay.
wants to get he
He's
wants to
camping.
kick us off now.
I think Boggs wants to get us
Well,
off.
like,
Boggs tired.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go
Trying to
all
get ready
night
to go
long.
camping.
So
Yeah, no, we're not. I have to work.
Yeah, that sounds like you guys.
All right,
the
we'll
podcast
let you guys
marathon.
get,
Let's go.
It's,
You know.
it's 11 o'clock for
Oh
me.
my
This is
gosh.
very late for me.
Oh
this
well,
hasn't
then.
happened
Right.
Sad.
since the actual toughest.
All
All right,
well,
guys.
we'll be in touch.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining
you,
us.
yes.
Thanks for joining the call, and thanks for being here too, Bon.
Boggs.
Bon.
Thanks, Don.
Just
And
taking
yeah, we'll
Bon
talk.
and Don and Boggs and throwing it together. I'm
We'll
gonna
talk
have
in-
another beer.
Lick.
No, you're not.
We'll talk, and I'll line something up for the next one. I got a couple of guys I've been talking to, so.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Thank you for listening to the BeastNet Canadian Edition podcast.
Please click on subscribe, like us, and feel free to share the podcast with others.
Give us a review on iTunes or Spotify.
We'd also love to hear from you on who or what type of content you'd love to hear on the show on upcoming episodes.
The BeastNet Canadian Edition podcast is proudly brought to you by
Grit Farm Fitness.
Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at beastnetpod.com.
That's beastnetpod.com.